Hello! We're back. June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Edie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances. There's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Ah! Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. We had everything to do with what happened to her dad. What are you talking about? Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation. Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. June 22nd, 12:10 p.m. District Courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Eenie Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. And that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Yes, it is. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Last year's accident. That was, last year in May. Something really bad had happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've had enough. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Good. Those are merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work from another angle. Last year's accident. That's fine. Press this. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? I heard it was because the medicines, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Miss Mimi Miney? No way. Dr. Gray, wanted to blame it all on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Miney is the one who made the mistake. But, it really wasn't my sis. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? She had to talk to the police and, was being investigated, every day. It was, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? Press harder. So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I like woke because of a jolt and a sea of flames around me. I like opened the door and like got away. I like didn't have my license, so I couldn't take over driving for her. Bullshit! Please photo for his driver's license. Objection! Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. Nope, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about, that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, the perverted fake clinic director. And how did you know he was ouch. No one cares. Witness. When did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November? What? November? The accident happened last May. That's half a year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix, right? What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have a driver's license. Ugh. Ow. Cry and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and his sister could not have switched drivers. I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would have, like, let me drive. Don't just stand there humming to yourself. What you doing here with the whip and the pain and the ow? Miss Miney, do you think you would not... Why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that's night 2. I see. Bright red sports car. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... I wouldn't be allowed cross-examination. Like, around that time, I was, like, totally close to getting my license. And my sis, like, is totally a fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car, so we need to press because we want to know more about the car. It was a new car. Yeah! She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. Yeah! The UK. Those were her boyfriend's initials. And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. That's harder. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor. Yes? Please have the witness pen what she's just said to her testimony. You mean the part about it being a special import car? Yes. Sigh. Well, if you like cars that much, then that's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either, because you're a dumb ass, Miss Meanie. Would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. Okay, so this is important because in Japan and the UK, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. And in America, they drive on the right-hand side of the road. So, the reason for this is, in England, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. Apparently, it's got something to do with, like, knights. Back in the old times, they would, like, ride on the left because you could draw your sword and take down an enemy knight coming on the other side with your sword. And also, that's the reason for salutes, because you would lift your visor flap to sort of let them see your face. So you'd be like, hello! To let other knights know that you were of the same faction as them, apparently. So we built this infrastructure, and when Japanese railways were being put in place, they were modelled off the UK railways, which meant that they also modelled their road designing off that. So they also drive on the left-hand side of the road. Because this is based in the US, they would drive on the right. So if she's got an imported car from England, it is not built properly to drive on right-handed roads. There, because in our cars, the driver of the car sits in the right of the car, because otherwise, if you're driving in the left and you want to turn right, you cannot fully see in that way. And as you're approaching traffic and things like that, you wouldn't be approaching it so that you are the person on the side of oncoming traffic and things. And more accidents occur if the driver's seat is on the other side of the car. Which is why in American cars, the driver doesn't sit in the right, they sit in the left, because when you're on the right-hand side of the road, you need to be able to face the oncoming traffic, and you need to be able to see everything and look in your blind spots in the same way, but reversed. So, this model would have had the driver sitting in the right-hand side of the car. The moment they said this, I was like, I know what's happening. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Ask for the heck of it. So yes, what am I supposed to pick for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive, and their driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. What did I say? What did I say? It would seem there is no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it? What do you know? That sleek shape, the curve of the engine, the wild way it starts, the roar of She said a lot of things really fast and I couldn't read that all before it went away. And she also mentioned something about the air conditioning and I am really confused. But okay. Because I'm pretty sure American cars also have air conditioning. Like, why wouldn't they? Forgive me. Especially since I'm pretty sure it's hotter in certain parts of America than it is the UK. Although right now you wouldn't know. Because it's boiling here in the UK. Her personality really changed at the drop of a hat. It's interesting. Isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. Are you onto it? Because I'm onto it. I know. She, would say things like, no way I'm letting a noob drive my car. Was your sister good at driving? She was, totally awesome. She, said she was going to be the, racing queen of the nursing world. Somehow, I think she bumped my question off track again. So, that's why I end up on the passenger seat that night, too. And that was when the accident occurred, correct? Like, yeah, I, like, immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled, like, in a daze. Sounds like you had a terrifying time. There is something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural-sounding testimony, but we have to attack it, and by doing so, a flaw will show itself. It has to. Do you really think so? Believe there is a path, I know it. Mia almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. Like, around that time, I was really close to getting my license. Oh, let's just press everything. So, what do you mean by really close? Like, I had one of those permits. I think that's what they're called. Permit. Wow, the big-name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is? Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Wow. Ignorance is to be whipped. What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? My sister's like this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain, and, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage, ever? I saw it. Why did you take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car. Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think the cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Phoenix, try asking something of more significance, alright? Well, Miss Money, what kind of car was it? My sister's new car was like a totally special one from England. Okay. Can I present? I'm pretty sure in this, she mentions right door and got out. I was in the passenger seat that night. Present. I'm just gonna quickly save, because I don't know if I'm presenting this the right statement. Bum, bum, bum. Present. Objection! It was, because the music has stopped. Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side of the passenger's seat? The left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. Ah. What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you would escape using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah! Are you aware of the contradiction now? Order in the court. Order. Ah, Mr. Phoenix Wright is blubbering nonsense again. Edie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Miney. That is what Edie said, yes. That is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Edie or Mimi, who was really driving that night? It was Mimi. The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Mimi Miney, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing in the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name. This witness's name is. I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is. Mimi Mining.
Take that!
Mimi Mining. That is your real name.
Objection!
All of the foolish dribble. But then, how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeon used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. No! But Mimi Mining, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found at the crash site, that was the body of the real Mimi Mining. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Mining? That car accident 1 year ago, the one who died that night was Mimi Mining. His sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Eni. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Mining from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Mining. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Mining was still, in fact, alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Eni, Miss Von Karma. Eek! Why'd you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? Here we go. Change. There she is. That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Mining. That quack doctor got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Mining wanted her old self to disappear because of this. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Mining. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Mining had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all. Yeah, you could have just like, made out like your sister had a change of heart and went on to do something else instead. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous. I am perfect. Me, Franziska von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. You're such a dick, Phoenix. Ow! 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 And one for good measure. Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix! Phoenix! This court is a fraud, a sham. Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Ray regains consciousness from the 20 lashes he just received. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. Woo! This is the second trial you've survived. That is all. This court is adjourned. June 22nd, 3:13 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. Congratulations, Maya. Sis, look at this reunion. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? I can't cope with this. Sis, I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled this really familiar scent. Don't! A familiar scent? I was inside the clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. When she was unconsciously put in a box, you could smell her own sister. There is still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Viney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lotto would have witnessed quite a scene. Possessed Mayor Fay, who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick. Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine, because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would you help Mimi Miney with a plan like this? I don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... Take that! Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into the Korean village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The Branch family, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearls. Everything was done for her sake. It was all so that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying... I thought so. I have... something in my throat. Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement, cell 13. Are you ready? My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of the crane, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Episode 2. Reunion and Turnabout. The end. I have a new achievement. A brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Big Top. Cool. We did it. We did it. We're done. I feel like that part was quite short, actually. I don't know why they felt the need to make that its own separate episode, but thank you for staying and playing. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to disappear at one point because my sweet little baby child did knock on the door so that I would give her some crisps and chocolate. Because why not? It's summer and they want little snackettes, and we want those little snackettes to be sweet-toothed things. But I'm about to go and get the chalk out, and we're going to play in the garden, and we're going to reinforce those reading skills by getting them to write some letters and things, because they go back to school next week. Oh, the babies. Oh, the babies. But yeah. Have a lovely day, and I hope you have a great time with doing whatever it is you're doing, or whatever is happening is not as bad as you first anticipated. Bye!